Pack your bags, you're going to jail. Pack your bags, you're going to jail. Don't listen to Daquan and Pookie and them telling you that they got a quick rich scheme. How you gonna listen to somebody that's broke tell you about how to get money? What? That's like listening to a cockroach tell you how to keep your house clean. It don't make sense. But somehow, some way, it seems like every 5 years this seems to happen, whether it's with Wells Fargo. The banks have it on rotation. And I guess it's Chase's turn. How you guys doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers. And I am not going to have enough money to pay your bail money because a lot of y'all thought, for some strange reason, motherfuckers was giving out money for free. They don't even give out air for free. Every breath you take puts you one step closer to seeing that grave. And you out here thinking an American bank want to give you money? That's actually diabolical. But we're going to talk about what the glitch is, how it works, the different renditions and versions of this, because it's being reported as a glitch and it's not really a glitch. But we'll get into it. But also, I want to start off at the very top if you don't make it to the end of this. Do not do this. Please. Maybe do it. Because medicine and seatbelts have kept dumb people alive for far too long. And if you're willing to throw your life away for this type of shit, I welcome you to the grand line. Cross it. Get out of here. But let's get into this, shall we? The viral Chase Bank glitch promised people free money, but left them in thousands of debt and facing jail time. This is a story out of Yahoo News. In not so shocking development, a viral TikTok trend seeing TikTok, when they say, oh, we want to ban TikTok, and people are like, no, we shouldn't ban TikTok. TikTok says this. But TikTok, too many people trust TikTok. Too many people trust TikTok. They had an auto asphyxiation challenge that like 2 kids died from. And there's a part of me that says, as a parent, maybe you should be monitoring what your kids are doing. But then also, like, maybe a website should also be monitoring what they're allowing to be on there. But TikTok, man, I say, don't ban TikTok as I stream on TikTok. But it's stuff like this that makes me say, how? Why? Once again, proved to be little more than a stupid stunt that ruined the lives of impressionable. The trend involved people taking advantage of a glitch. It is not a glitch in JPMorgan's Chase ATM that allows users to deposit a check without the available funds and immediately have access to the money listed on it. This is check fraud, but was shared across TikTok as fun way to grab free money. Okay, so first and foremost, this isn't a glitch. When you sign up and make an account, you are granted access to, based on the type of account you have, your credit score when you signed up for that account, and your ability to not make fees, defaults, and things of that nature, you gain access to your credit score. This is something I found out the hard way when I first got my first credit card. When I first got my credit card, I had a spending limit of $10,000. I purposely told them I want my limit to be reduced to $5,000. Then when I got a little bit wiser and onto like how money works and things like that, I said, hey, you could take off that release on my account. I was going traveling and doing a lot more things, and I needed access to those funds. And when I released that hike, it had been probably like 4 or 5 years, and my credit limit had been increased all the way up to $50,000. And that came from me paying my bills on time, the good standings I have with the banks, not having any overdraft fees, and things like that. So the idea is that your goodwill over the months and years that you've had this bank account is the reason why you were able to deposit a fraudulent check with the absurd amount of money and get access to it. And keep in mind why it's so important for this thing to be considered to work as a glitch. The only glitch which would make it work is you could only withdraw the exponential amount of money from a actual JPMorgan Chase Bank. You couldn't do this at like one of their one-off ATMs, as ATMs have limits of probably $600. I know a lot of ATMs won't even let you get more than $100 out per transaction, depending on the location. So it's not so much as a glitch as it is people who just had regular bank accounts following through and then decided to do this dumb thing. And you always see these type of stunts happen like every 5 years when the economy is in the toilet, because people are vulnerable. There's a part of me that actually feels sorry for people who saw this trend and, you know, they're so desperate that they're willing to believe this. But then there's also a group of people out there who literally why are you curious about committing a felony? Furthermore, I just want to ask people who are interested in this, when have you ever received something so genuinely free of charge? Like, it's so mind-boggling how people like fall into this deception. But then, like, I know motherfuckers out there that could sell water to a whale. So am I really surprised that people fell for this? Probably not. In reality, Chase really did have a glitch allowing exploitation of its ATMs. I just explained how this isn't real. There's a part of me that feels like, you know, this is just bad reporting. It's not a glitch, because a glitch if this was, and this is how you know it's not a glitch, because if it was an actual glitch, there'd be some plausible deniability. This would have happened way before people tried to exploit it. If it is a bug, it's actually a feature. It's just mind-boggling that they're taking the approach of calling this a glitch. I don't know what the presence is of this. I just have to assume they're not aware of the inner workings of this. We are aware of the incident and it has been addressed. Regardless of what you see online, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing that funds from your account is fraud. Plain and simple, the spokesperson said. Before the fix, some social media users shared videos where they pulled money from the ATMs and celebrated. Some customers were filming making it rain with their illegally gotten gains outside of Yonker Chase Bank ATM. You want to know what's worse than committing a felony? A federal felony? Committing that federal felony and getting less than 10,000 views for your prison sentence that is surely on the way. Could you imagine getting $100,000 illegally and not even getting 10,000 likes, not even getting 10,000 views? That's actually diabolical. Later in the video, the customer were hanging out of the car window with their Chase card in their mouth and a stack of cash in their hands. They also belted out 1,000 miles by Venice Carlton. Yo. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Also, like, we do know that people be studying on the internet, right? People be studying on the internet. Why are you believing shit that you see on the internet? Oh, man. Like, because I know some people look at my life and think, oh, Hero's so cool. And Hero lives such a cool life. He does all these cool things. I am boring as shit. Want to know why? Because being boring is cheap. Clap it. But, like, you have to know that some people, like, people aren't doing this. It's clickbait. They're doing it for the gram. It's literally a meme. Doing it for the gram. And this is how I know is that. So this weekend I was downtown Chicago, and someone approached me while I was walking. There was literally someone camped outside, and this is where the real scam happens. There's someone who will be camped outside of one of these banks, and they'll make the offer, hey, have you heard about the glitch? Have you heard about the glitch? And all they're going to do is take your account and transfer money into their account after promising you this. And the lie is that they'll say, oh, your account will be in negative for a little bit, but then hit me up later and I'll get you the rest of the money back. And the real question is, or the thing that people don't understand about this is, ain't no way the banks of America are out here have a loophole that goes there. Keep in mind, when we had the financial district collapse because of the housing market, because of them selling bad rates on mortgages, that was a bunch of bankers who knew the numbers better than the banks and how insurance worked better than the insurance company, AIG and all of them collapsing in a heartbeat. Like that was people who were well invested and had a diabolical way of getting away with it. There's nothing you can do. You watching this, just turn yourself in. Turn yourself in right now. If you did this, turn yourself in right now. Jimmy Wang, a financial educator who spoke to New York Post, warned that people who took advantage of the glitch could face severe consequences. He told the outlet that those who tried are now seeking big holds or huge negative balances on their accounts. Wang warned people who tried it could get into huge trouble for essentially committing check fraud. So if these are your two options, if you did this, option A is you return everything you bought. You return everything you bought, you give the money back, and you plead for forgiveness, right? No harm, and no harm, no foul, right? You plead guilty, maybe the bank doesn't report you. Option B, which definitely will bear more consequences, but you could probably leave something for your mother, your fathers, your friends, your family. You take all the money you've made and you bet it on whatever NFL team is playing Thursday. Clap it. Get on the sports betting app, give your information to your kids, and in your loss, in your absence, the father that went to go get the milk, at least you would have left something behind for them to enjoy, because you're not going to enjoy this money. You're going to jail. But everybody keeps saying, "Oh, but hero, the economy's so tough. Everything's so hard. I'm desperate for money." I just put my Webull link in the chat because we're going to talk about 3 ways you can legally steal money from the government and not go to jail. Right? Let's just talk about some ways we could actually get money without going to jail. Here's an article by Forbes, 7 reasons why you absolutely need a side hustle. The side hustle is probably one of the best things you can do to amplify your books. I have a side hustle and I have a job and I'm perfectly fine, right? But what is a good side hustle? Well, the side hustle should be something that you take interest in, that doesn't feel like work, but should get you paid. I stream Monday through Thursday and create content. I'm a content creator. That's a side hustle. It pays me more money than most people would think, but the amount of effort I can put into it is actually the reward in it. My ability to connect with people and a huge stress reliever on me is super important. But it says that on average, the average American who has a side hustle makes 30 to 40% more than a person who doesn't have a side hustle. So that's an incentive right there to be 30 to 40% more lucrative in your finances than people who aren't. You want to know another great one that benefits everyone? Life insurance. A lot of people don't know this, and there's a lot of benefits. We'll scroll through these very quickly, but the one I want to focus on is down there. Life insurance can cover your final expenses, any debt you have. That house you want to leave for somebody or that car you want to leave somebody, those banks and debt collectors don't come and collect that. The insurance can cover that. Your dependents won't have to come out of pocket, because what's worse than being useless and then costing people money? And then life insurance is tax-free. It pays out to your family tax-free. So that means you can get one of the most expensive life policies in the world, or whatever is available to you, and you can put that and invest in that and take money from that and not ever have to worry about paying taxes on it. That is how wealth is transferred in this. And guess what? The transfer of wealth tax in that, putting it into a trust, is simple logic here, right? But the number one way to make money in this country, the good old US of A, and not have and literally is legalized gambling, is investing in the stock market. I invested in the stock market for 3 years during the pandemic, and that money literally kept me from making some tough decisions that I thought I would have to make because of it. Because that money was allocated to me and I was able to use it. Also, I was able to borrow against that money. I was able to show a bank how much I had invested, and they opted to give me a loan based on my stock portfolio. Like, not based on my credit, not based on my assets. Well, it is an asset. Stocks are assets. And they gave me money on that. And it was one of, and the thing about it is the interest rates were significantly lower for me than they would be for someone who was borrowing based off of no assets. Loans are better than anything any word of mouth can do for you, right? Your credit score could be dog water, but if you have the money to the credit, the score, and the stock portfolio to back it up, do that, right? I do all of my investing on Webull right there. If you use that link, you'll be able to get get a free stock. I've been saying it for I always beg, hey, should we start a Discord group where we talk about stocks on Saturdays? No one ever responds to me, so I just keep doing it by myself. But hey, look. Yeah, you'll get a free stock something in there if you use that link. But I know what you're saying, Hero. Come on, man. How bad could the check fraud be? People make mistakes. That's a costly mistake. As it stands today in our country, if you did this glitch and you received more than $5,000, your maximum sentence, if convicted, is 10 years for fraud. That's for under $5,000. Over $5,000, your maximum sentence goes up to 14 years in federal prison. So basically, you'll have the red scarlet letter on you, so no bank will lend you money. You won't be able to open up a credit card. You won't be able to, finance anything ever again. And you'll essentially be a walking scarlet letter who can't operate in the functioning world. And I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't walk around with $10,000 in cash on me. Even if I got paid today and asked for them to pay me in cash, the employer would laugh at me. You need a bank account, and if you couldn't get a bank account because you were put on a list saying that you have committed check fraud, trust and believe, you're going to be going to those quickie marts and they're going to be taking 20% of your check on top of whatever you're making. So besides losing your freedom, you won't even be able to integrate back into society after committing this. So it's just really mind-boggling to me how many people are willing to do this for the gram. But that's neither here or there. That's just my opinion on it. I wanted to at least give people like an idea of the consequences that are awaiting you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Tell me about what you think about this. And do you know somebody that fell for this? Put their name. Don't put their names. I was gonna say put their name down there.